One of those weapons joins us now, Evan Engram, who got selected in the first round, 23rd pick by the New York Giants. He is now a New York Giant, and we welcome him to the show. Evan, it's Michael and Don. How you doing? Congratulations.
I'm doing well. How about you? Thank you.
We're doing great. I mean, has this last, 20 hours been an absolute whirlwind?
Oh, man. Last night when draft started, I had a party. Everybody was here. I wasn't nervous at all, but, once we got, around pick 18, 19, my heart was starting to race a little bit, and the nerves started kicking in. So, and then once I got the call and just that moment, celebrating and the celebration afterwards, it's been pretty crazy 20 hours for sure.
I don't know how much you know about this Giants offense, but from what you do know, do you believe you fit in it well and can actually make an impact right away?
Definitely. I've been watching the Giants for a while. Guys like Odell and Adam, Brandon Marshall, and with Eli, and just the mastermind behind Coach McAdoo. And I'm just really privileged and can't wait to get to New York and put the work in and try everything I can and learn as much as I can to make an impact. Well,
Evan, obviously you and Eli have something in common right away, and that's Ole Miss. Have you ever met Eli? Have you ever caught a pass from Eli? What's your relationship, if you have any?
Yeah, definitely. He's always around Oxford working out. There's been a couple times I've called him in there, and he's needed some work, some routes he needed to hit. So I started with him a couple times, and he's always around Oxford. I've caught a couple passes from Eli, so hoping to catch a lot more next couple years.
Evan, what do you know about the city in New York?
I visited one time summer a couple years ago. Just for one weekend, and just kind of did the basic sightseeing tourist thing, and I loved it. I actually said back then, I was like, man, I'm gonna put New York at the top of my wish list when I do get the opportunity to get to the NFL, and for it to happen, that's just unreal.
All right, now Evan, before you came on, we were talking about you read all these scouts and say, well, this guy can really catch the ball, but He's never been asked to block. He's not really that prototypical tight end. So let's talk about your blocking, and do you think that you can become that prototypical tight end, and do you have to get heavier?
That's going to be up to the coaching staff. Or whatever they need me to do, wherever they need me to be, I'm going to get to it. So, but I'm a willing blocker. I'm not going to back down from anybody. I'll put my face in there and get physical, and just kind of have a dog mentality when it comes to the blocking aspect of the game. So whatever I need to do to be a threat, and whatever I need to do to help my team win is going to be what it is. So I'm not worried about weight right now. I'll figure out what the coaching staff want me to do and where they want me to be at, and we'll go from there.
Who are some of the tight ends you might have patterned yourself off as you grew up?
Definitely loved watching Tony Gonzalez when he came to the Falcons. Just really sitting down watching him, and kind of towards the end of his career, he was still really effective in his routes and in his running, and made a lot of plays for them. So Tony G has been kind of a guy I've been kind of watching and always kind of modeling my game after.
Now, Evan, going at 23rd in the first round, was that a surprise for you? And did you think you'd be taken later, and that's why you didn't come to Philadelphia for the draft?
Yeah, it was kind of a toss-up whether I went or not, just because I didn't know 100% for sure that I would go first. I kind of got the 20 through 40 kind of vibe, so now it's from my agents and kind of just the research they've been doing. And but I just really wanted to be as around my family as possible. But yeah, I kind of figured it could happen between 20 through 40. I did have a feeling that it was going to happen tomorrow night. But then it further happened at 23, kind of where I was guessing and kind of felt that I should have been. Is definitely. I'm glad it happened.
Anything you feel you need to work on to make the transition from college to the pros?
I think just consistency. I think in the NFL, it's a lot of it is up to you. In college, you kind of, once you're a freshman, you come in and you got a lot of coaches and teammates and just kind of a system that kind of guides you through. But in the NFL, it's a grown man's league. It's going to require a lot of consistency in your work ethic, and being professional with meetings and media, or being on time for travel and things. Just a lot of consistency and the little things that add up to being great.
What new teammates contacted you? Did Eli text you or anything like that? Anybody else?
I did. I get a text from Eli. He just congratulated me and just wanted me to enjoy the moment, and said I was looking forward to getting to work, and we'll be in contact soon.
Now, Evan, I had heard you throw out the first pitch at a Mississippi baseball game. Now, I got to throw out the first pitch at the Dumont Little League last weekend, and I wasn't sure if I should go rubber. They actually put me at a place like between, and I just threw it in between. Now, did you go rubber, or how did you handle throwing out that first pitch?
I went rubber.
Of course, he's a big leaguer.
I did the full wind up. I used to pitch back in the day, and I kind of missed it, so I took advantage of that. I got on the mound. My throw motion was a little rusty. I got made fun of for that, but I got it over the plate. I think it was outside the strike zone, but I got the job done.
Now, Evan, if you were going to throw with somebody else, let's say that it was two people throwing out the first pitch, would you then just go to the rubber and show up the person, or would you just throw alongside the person?
Well, I would communicate because selfishly, I would want the rubber. I would want the mound to myself.
Right.
So if he goes first, or I go first. But we'll just communicate at that point. If he's a little worried that about his arm motion, or he's worried about getting the ball to the plate, I'll probably sacrifice and kind of probably be in the middle and just make it easier for the guy. But if we're trying to compete, then I'm getting them out. So.
Well, of course. I didn't want to show anybody up, Evan.
That's how he is, Evan. Evan, what team did you grow up rooting for?
I love the Falcons. Back when Vic was here, I played quarterback in kind of our Pop Warner, our pound ball, we called it. I was quarterback number 7. I always had his Vic's cleats. So I was really a big Falcons fan, especially being in Atlanta. So a huge Ohio State fan. My mom went to Ohio State. She kind of brainwashed me from birth to kind of cheer and support them. So those are really my two big teams I kind of support and cheer for growing up.
Why didn't you go to Ohio State? Did they not recruit you?
They did not.
They're lost, right?
Yeah, they're lost. Yeah, because it's funny because I went to Ole Miss camp and didn't have an Ole Miss offer. Went to their camp and just balled out, just killed it. Got the offer the next day, and I went to Ohio State camp that next week, and I'm like, okay, like if I ball out here for sure, like they might actually extend the offer. And I actually did. I feel like I did better at the Ohio State camp than I did the Ole Miss camp, and they kind of just thanked me for coming and didn't really acknowledge anything. So definitely their loss. And I wouldn't want to change anything about my path with Ole Miss anyway. So I think everything happened for the right reasons.
Evan, before we let you go, I've always wondered this. For anybody to get to this point, this is probably something that you've worked for your whole young life, ever since you were a kid. So when you hear your name and finally when the crowd leaves the party and you're sitting there alone, what do you think? I mean, do you cry? Do you think, wow, this is unbelievable? I've finally done what I wanted to do?
Yeah, I kind of had that moment last night. Kind of when all the yelling and cheering settled down, I got all my hugs in. I kind of just came upstairs and just kind of just shut my door in my room and just sat there for a second, just kind of soaking everything in. No matter how many people are supporting you. I mean, I got my mom, my dad, my sister, all my brothers and friends. A lot of people that helped me get here. But I mean, you're as the athlete, man. You're the one running those extra suicides. You're the one catching those extra balls, working on things that you need to work on to get to this point. So I definitely had a really surreal moment with myself, and definitely had to thank God. Just such a huge blessing in my life, and I definitely had a surreal moment, just soaking everything in and kind of trying to let it hit me. I don't think it's still fully hit me yet that I'm a New York Giant, but it's right now it's a great feeling.
You sound like a great kid, Evan. We wish you only the best, and hopefully we'll talk to you again in the future.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me.
All right, congratulations.
Good luck, Evan.